Alright, look. Lean in for a second because you need to forget every single thing history class ever taught you about ancient Egypt. Seriously, most of it is just pure BS to make us think we are the smartest humans to ever live. Right now, we are going deep, and I mean deep underground in Saqqara, into a pitch-black labyrinth that is literally driving modern engineers losing sleep. Check this out. 24 massive black boxes carved from a single solid block of stone, weighing up to 100 tons each. And mainstream historians seriously want us to believe primitive guys built this with copper tools and rocks? Bro, modern engineers looked inside these monsters, saw the laser-perfect 90-degree corners and said, no way, this is physically impossible. But wait, it gets so much crazier. Back in 1850, this French explorer named Auguste Mariette found this place. He literally had to use gunpowder to blast these airtight vaults open because they were sealed shut for thousands of years. He and his team expected gold, treasures, pharaohs, or at least some mummified bulls. You know, the story mainstream science loves to force down our throats. But guess what? Absolutely nothing. Every single box was dead empty. Just think about that for a second. Why would an entire civilization waste decades of brutal, back-breaking labor to drag 100-ton blocks into a dark cave just to seal an empty box? It makes zero sense. The numbers just don't add up. Let's talk about the actual logistics here, because this is where the historian story completely falls apart. These tunnels under Saqqara are incredibly narrow and tight. There is barely enough room for 3 or 4 people to walk side by side. To move a 100-ton object today, we need heavy industrial cranes, hydraulic jacks, and a massive team of engineers. How did primitive workers push these blocks through pitch-black tight tunnels where you can't even fit enough guys to get a good grip? There is no room for ropes, no room for wooden rollers, and absolutely no room for error. If they dropped one box, it would block the entire tunnel forever. Yet 24 of them are perfectly placed in their chambers. It's like they just floated in there. Now, let's talk specs, because the tech here is mind-blowing. These boxes aren't made of soft limestone. They are made of granite, basalt, and diorite. Diorite is so hard that today, we use diamond-tipped tools to cut it, to get this mirror-like polish and millimeter-level precision on the inner surfaces. You need computerized machines and aerospace-level engineering. If you hit granite with a copper chisel, the chisel flattens in 2 seconds. It's basic physics. Plus, here is a secret they don't want you to know. Some of the lids were carved from a completely different quarry hundreds of miles away, yet they fit the boxes with micrometer accuracy. Whoever made these wasn't playing around with primitive stones. They had high-tech machinery that has been completely wiped from our history books. So if they weren't tombs, what on earth were they? Well, the wildest, most fascinating theory out there is that these weren't boxes at all. They were massive power generators. Think about it. Granite is packed with quartz crystals. Under heavy pressure, quartz creates what is called a piezoelectric effect. It literally generates electricity. Those massive heavy lids weren't meant to keep a dead body inside. They were sealing a high-energy acoustic reaction. Engineers who visited the Serapeum noticed that the chambers have terrifying acoustic resonance. If you hum at a certain frequency, the whole room vibrates. This entire underground setup was basically a giant ancient power grid, using sound waves and pressure to generate clean energy for Egypt. But then, a massive global disaster hit, wiped out the tech, and left us with these indestructible stone monsters. Are these boxes proof of a lost sci-fi civilization that lived way before the pharaohs? Or are we just missing a massive piece of the human puzzle? Honestly, the truth is probably scarier than we think. Drop your wildest theories in the comments below. I want to see a full-on war down there. Smash that like button, subscribe to Zone Zero, and seriously, stop believing everything they tell you. Catch you in the dark.